Hi there guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to solve problems in dynamics of rigid bodies. So actually guys, this is a continuation of the first video. So yung first video guys is an introduction to dynamics. So doon na-discuss ko yung mga basic concepts natin like average and instantaneous velocity, average and instantaneous acceleration, and yung pag-derive ng mga formulas regarding constant acceleration, rectilinear motion. Okay, so in this video, we are going to solve problems. So in this first problem, a particle starts from rest and moves in a straight line with an acceleration of a is equal to quantity 2t minus 6 meter per second squared, where t is in seconds, so that is time. What is the particle's velocity when t is equal to 6 seconds, and what is its position when t is equal to 11 seconds? So basically, ang required dito guys, dalawa. The instantaneous velocity kasi, this is the velocity at time equals 6 seconds. So, at instant na time is equal to 6 seconds. So, instantaneous velocity. And the position of the particle when the time is 11 seconds. Okay, so let's write the concept of acceleration. So, acceleration is the differential. So, it's the derivative of velocity with respect to time. Okay, then yung velocity natin is actually the derivative of distance s with respect to time. So this is the two concepts that we need in this problem. Okay, so we have here from the first equation, a dt is equal to derivative of velocity. Okay, multiply dt to both sides of the equation. Now, itong a natin, given yung acceleration as a function of time, that is a is equal to 2t minus 6. So by integrating this, differential equation here, we can actually find the velocity. Okay, we can do that by substituting the equation for a, that is a function of t, here in order for us to integrate. Okay, so we have here dv is equal to a dt. Okay, wherein a is 2t minus 6, we have here derivative of t. Okay, so we have here derivative of velocity is equal to 2t minus 6 quantity. We have here derivative of time. Then we integrate this both sides. So we have here, so yung lower limit natin is actually the initial velocity, and yung upper limit natin is the final velocity. Then ito, from time 0 to time t. So the time here is 6 seconds. So basically guys, yung upper limit natin is dapat 6 seconds. Okay, so from 0 second to 6 seconds. So this is the upper limit. So it's stated in the problem that the particle start from rest. Ibig sabihin guys, yung initial velocity niya is equal to 0. So therefore, v1 is equal to 0. So palitan natin yung lower limit natin as 0. Then we can now integrate here. So integral of dv, that is v. So yung limit natin is from 0 to v sub 2. Then we have here, so ito guys, power formula. Okay, so we have here 2t. Add tayo ng 1 sa exponent niya. So this becomes 2t squared. Then i-divide natin by the same exponent. So we have here the formula natin ito guys for integral. So that is the power formula. Then we have minus 6t. So integral of 6 dt. So that is 6t. Then, meron tayong limit which is 0 to 6. Okay, so ito guys, substitute lang natin yung upper and lower limit. So, v sub 2 minus 0. We have here t squared. Okay, minus 6t. From 0 to 6. V sub 2, that is the final velocity wherein time is equal to 6 seconds. So, we have that is equal to, so apply lang natin yung upper and lower limit. So, 6 squared. So, minus 0 squared. So, minus 6. Yung t natin is 6 minus lower limit. So, that is 0. So, we have here v sub 2 is equal to, we have here 6 squared minus 6 squared. So, the velocity at time, 6 seconds is 0. So, ibig sabihin lang nito guys that at time 6 seconds, the particle is at rest. So, this is a final answer. So, this is the velocity at time is equal to 6 seconds. The next question is, what is its position? Okay, what is the position when t is equal to 11 seconds? So, what is s when time is equal to 11 seconds. Yung ating velocity is just equal to derivative of distance with respect to time. So we have here v dt equals derivative of distance. Okay, so dito guys sa ating problem, v can be expressed also in terms of t. Okay, so v is equal to, so the equation of velocity in terms of time, we have here v is equal to, so you have here t squared. So cancel na yung 2, so minus 60. So this is the expression relating velocity and time. So ito guys, isubstitute lang natin dito sa differential equation natin. So v is equal to, so you have here t squared minus 6t. In order for us to integrate, okay, so you have here dt and equals ds. So integrate lang natin guys both sides. So ito from 0 to, so yung time natin is 11 seconds. So what is s when time is 11 seconds? So that is from 0 to 11. So you have here integral. So yung ating initial position, that is 0. Then yung final position natin is s. Okay, from 0, starting point, to s. Then we can actually get what is the position of this object at time 11 seconds. So we have here, apply lang natin ulit guys, integrate. So power formula, so t cubed over 3 minus 6. So t squared over 2. So the exponent, i-divide lang natin siya. So we have here, ang limit natin is 0 to 11. Then this is integral nito, that is s. Then yung ating lower limit is from 0 to s. Okay, substitute lang natin yung ating mga limit. So we have here 11 cubed minus, so lower limit 0 cube over 3 minus 6. 6 halves natin is 3. Simplify na natin guys. So 3, so we have here, so 11 squared. So that is 11 squared minus lower limit, that is 0 squared. We have here equals, so s minus 0. Ayan. Then we can compute for s. Okay, so s is equal to, so that is 11 cubed over 3. So minus 3 times 11 squared. So s natin is equal to, so that is the position of the object or the particle at time 11 seconds. So this is just equal to 80.7. Okay, yung unit natin guys, since naka meter per second squared, yung ating acceleration, then yung ating time is naka second. So basically ang unit nito guys is in, we have here meters. Okay, so we have here 80.7 meter is the position of the object at time 11 seconds. Okay, so we proceed. So that's how you solve this types of problem given tayo ng equation of an acceleration or velocity in terms of time. So ang need natin dito guys na i-memorize of course is the concept of instantaneous acceleration and instantaneous velocity. So importante itong dalawang formula. So this is the building block of, so this is the building blocks of dynamics, these two concepts here. So let's proceed to our next sample problem. So in this next problem, we have a particle has an initial velocity of 12 feet per second to the right at 0 initial position. Determine its position when t is equal to 10 seconds if a or the acceleration is 2 feet per second squared to the left. Okay, so ito guys, we have here a constant acceleration problem. So ang acceleration niya is 2 feet per second squared to the left. So maglagay tayo guys ng convention of sign. So to the right or the positive x-axis, we have here that is positive. Okay, so ito guys, given tayo ng initial velocity, we have here v sub o is equal to 12 feet per second. Then we have here 0 initial position. Okay, so yung initial position natin s sub o, so that is 0. So determine its position, so that is basically s yung hinahanap. So when time is equal to 10 seconds, okay, time is equal to 10 seconds. Then yung acceleration natin is 2 feet per second squared to the left. We can use the formula, so we have here SO plus V sub O times T plus 1/2 AT t squared. Okay, so this is the formula that we are going to use. Okay, so ang time natin, given tayo ng time, that is 10 seconds. So what is S, or the position when time is equal to 10 seconds? Okay, so S is equal to, you have here 0 yung S sub O or initial position niya, plus V sub O natin, that is 12 feet per second. Then yung time natin is 10 seconds, plus 1/2. Yung A natin guys is negative because it is going to the left. So lagyan natin ng negative or yung kanyang direction if you're going to use the equation. So this becomes, yung A natin is negative 2 feet per second squared. Then yung time natin is 10 seconds. So that is 10 squared. So let's just solve for S. So that is 20. Since yung velocity natin guys is naka feet per second, then yung time natin is naka second. So unit ito is feet. Okay, so you have here 20 feet. So after 10 seconds, the position of this object is 20 feet from the starting position. Okay, so this is the final answer for the second problem. Okay, so let's proceed guys to the next sample problem. So we have this third problem. A particle moves along a straight line such that its position is defined by S is equal to t squared minus 6t plus 5, that is in meters. Determine the average velocity, the average speed, and the acceleration of the particle when t is equal to 6 seconds. First thing to do is to actually write the equation of your distance with respect to time. Okay, we have here S is equal to t squared minus 6t plus 5. So this is the equation. So it's a quadratic equation. In order to determine the average velocity, okay, we need displacement of the particle at time 0 to 6 seconds. Okay, so we have the average velocity, let's say average velocity, that is actually your displacement divided by time. Okay, change of time. Position of the body at time 6 seconds minus the position of the body at time 0 seconds. So that's the initial position. So we have here change of time all over change of time. So let's find the position of the body wherein the time is 0 and 6 seconds. So at time equals 0, so what is S? Okay, so we have here S is equal to, so 0 squared minus 6 times 0, and we have here, so we have plus 5. Okay, that is in meters. So S is equal to 5 meters. So this is in meters. This is the position at time 0. At time 6 seconds, so let's just substitute 6 to t. So we have S is equal to 6 squared. So we have here minus 6 times 6 plus 5. So this is in meters. So we have here S, the position at 6 seconds is, we have here 36 minus 36 plus 5. This is also 5 meters. Okay, let's just substitute. So the average velocity, you have here average velocity is just equal to your displacement per unit of time. Okay, so we have here the final position is 5 meters. So minus the initial position, which is also 5 meters. So divided by our change of time, so that is 6 seconds. So 6 seconds minus 0. So we have here 0 meters per second. So the average velocity of the object, of the particle, at time 6 seconds is at time interval 0 to 6 seconds. So that is 0 meters per second kasi bumalik siya doon sa kanyang position. So the next thing to get is the average speed. Okay, so yung average speed natin guys is actually the distance. Okay, yung average speed, or basically the speed, is the distance, total distance traveled divided by the change of time or time. So hanapin natin guys yung total distance na travel ng object natin from 0 to 6 seconds. So S is equal to, you have here t squared minus 6t, okay, plus 5. So in order to find the total distance traveled by the object, kailangan natin guys ma-solve yung maximum distance na na-travel ng particle natin. So let's get ds over dt. So you have here ds over dt is equal to 2t minus 6. Okay, so in order to get maximum distance that is traveled by the object, we actually need to let ds over dt equals to 0. So this is maxima and minima. So if ds over dt is equal to 0, so 0 is equal to 2t minus 6, and t is just equal to, we have here, so 2t equals 6, then t is equal to 3 seconds. So at time equals 3 seconds, so ito yung origin natin, that is origin, and at time 0, yung distance niya is actually 5 meters. That is 5 meters from the origin. So this is at time 0 as we have solved here before. Okay, so at time 0, that is 5 meters. Okay, so what is the distance wherein time is equal to 3 seconds? So s is equal to 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 5. Okay, so we have here 9 minus 18, so plus 5. So this gives us, this is negative 4. Okay, negative 4. So basically guys, at time 3 seconds, okay, at time 3 seconds, it is negative 4. So this is negative 4 here. So with respect to your origin, so this is at time 3 seconds. Then at time 6 seconds, okay, at time, so this is the maximum. From 5 meters, nag-travel siya papunta rito at negative 4. So that is 5 plus 4. So that is 9. Okay, 9 yung length nito. Then at time 6 seconds, from this position, 5 meters from the origin, nag-travel siya doon at negative 4. 3 seconds. Then, at time 6 seconds, bumalik ulit siya guys. At time 6 seconds, it came back to its initial position, which is in 5 meters. So, bumalik yung particle natin from this position here. Pumunta siya dito sa negative 4 at time 3 seconds. Then, at time 6 seconds, bumalik ulit siya doon sa 5 meters. Okay, so this is at time 6 seconds. So basically, nag-travel siya papunta rito ng 9, then bumalik ulit siya guys doon sa ating starting position, which is also 9 meters. Okay, so i-add lang natin. So yung ating distance, total distance traveled is actually equal to, so you have here 9, punta rito at 3 seconds, that is the maximum distance traveled to the left. Then i-add pa rin natin yung 9 kasi bumalik siya pa rin doon sa initial position. So that is 9 meters. So 9 meters plus 9 meters, which is 18 meters. Now we can solve for the average speed. So we have here 18 meters, that is your distance, total distance traveled. Then we have here change of time, that is 6 seconds minus 0 second. Okay, so we have here 3 meters per second. So that is the average speed of this particle. So this is speed, 3 meters per second. The last question is, what is the acceleration of the particle when t is equal to 6 seconds? So basically guys, hanapin natin yung second derivative ng distance with respect to time. Okay, so that is the first derivative of velocity. Okay, so velocity natin is, we have here, this is the instantaneous velocity. So v is equal to 2t minus 6. V is equal to 2t minus 6. Then we get dv over dt. So dv over dt, differential of velocity with respect to time, that is acceleration, that is equal to, we have here 2. Okay, so yung acceleration natin is 2 meters per second squared at time t is equal to 6 seconds. So no need to substitute t equals 6 because wala na tayong variable. So this is the final answer for this particular problem. We have this fourth problem. Traveling with an initial speed of 70 kph, that is kilometers per hour, a car accelerates at 6,000 km per hour squared along a straight road. How long will it take to reach a speed of 120 km per hour? Also, through what distance does the car travel during this time? Okay, so dalawa yung required natin guys. How long will it take this car to reach a speed of 120 kph? So what is t at, say, v is equal to 120 kilometers per hour. So this is the final velocity. So let's just use a subscript v sub 2. Also, through what distance does the car travel during this time? So what is S at time t, wherein v2 is 120 kilometers per hour. Okay, given tayo guys ng acceleration that is accelerates at 6,000. So therefore, ito guys is positive. So if sinabi sa problem guys na deceleration, i-negative natin siya when it comes to the solution. So this is positive 6,000 kilometers per hour squared. So no need to convert the units guys because all are consistent. They are both in kilometers and yung time natin is in hours. So what is the formula that we are going to use here? Okay, given tayo guys ng velocity, acceleration, and then we are required to get the time. So we can use the formula v sub 2, final velocity is equal to v sub 1 plus at. If you forgot this formula guys, you can actually use the differential equation or yung concept natin for acceleration. So acceleration is derivative of velocity with respect to time. Then acceleration is acceleration times dt. We have here dv. Then we can actually integrate this both sides. So integral nito, this is from 0 to t. Then integral of dv, we have here from v1 to v sub 2. So you can actually bring acceleration outside of this integral sign since a here is actually constant. Okay, so a integral of dt that is, so t na lang siya if in-integrate natin. So t. Then limit natin 0 to t. Then we have here integral of dv that is v from v sub 1 to v sub 2. Okay. at equals v sub 2 minus v sub 1 or v sub 2 equals v sub 1 plus at. Then we get the time. Ito guys yung formula natin. If you forgot the formula, you can actually go back to the basic concepts wherein acceleration is dv over dt. Then yung ating velocity instantaneous is ds over dt. Okay, so we have here time is equal to v sub 2 minus v sub 1 divided by a. So you can just transpose that and divide a both sides. So v sub 2 natin from the problem that is 120 kph, so kilometers per hour. Then minus v sub 1 that is 70 kph, 70 kilometers per hour. Then yung ating acceleration is 6,000 kilometers per hour squared. So ang unit nito guys is hour. Just compute that in your calculator. So that gives us 1 over 120. So 1 over 120 hour. Okay, so let's just convert this to second guys para mas okay yung value natin. So t is equal to 1 over 120 hour. Convert natin muna to minutes. So this is 60 minutes per 1 hour. Then we have here 60 seconds per 1 minute. So we can just cancel this out here. So unit natin guys is seconds. So t is equal to, so we have here 3,600 over 12, over 120 I mean seconds. T is equal to 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, guys, the velocity v sub 2 is 120 kilometers per hour. Then we get the distance traveled by this particle, which is the car, at time 30 seconds. Okay, we can use the formula. Formula guys, gamitin natin if you are going to solve this distance. So we have here x sub 2 equals x sub 1 plus VOT plus 1/2 AT squared. So you can use this or you can actually use the concept of, so we have here v sub 2 squared minus v sub 1 squared equals, we have here 2 acceleration times s, wherein s is your x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So either of these two equations. Okay, so we have here x sub 2. Gamitin natin ito guys, the first equation. So you can actually use this other formula. It's the same thing. So initial position natin guys is 0. Then v sub o initial velocity. So lagyan natin ng 1 na lang because 1 yung ginamit natin for initial velocity. So v sub 1 is 70. We have here 70 kilometers per hour. Then yung time natin guys is 30 seconds, but here naka-hours kasi siya. Gamitin natin guys yung hour din. So that is 1 over 120 hour. So 1 over 120 hour. So plus 1 half, A natin is 6,000 kilometers per hour squared. Then we have here for time, that is 1 over 120 hour. So that is squared. So x sub 2 is equal to, so let's just compute this. Ang unit niya guys is kilometers. So that is 19 over 24. So eksakto lang muna guys, 19 over 24 kilometers. Then i-convert natin to guys into meters. Okay, so we have here 1,000 meters per 1 kilometer. Okay, so this cancels out here. So x sub 2 or the final position ng ating car is, so that is 791.67 meters. So that is the final position or the distance traveled by this object since na rectilinear motion siya. Or you can actually use this itong second natin na na equation. You can actually use this. Same dapat yung makuha natin. So let's try. So v sub 2 squared minus v sub 1 squared. So yung v sub 2 natin is 120 kph, kilometers per hour, squared minus v sub 1 squared. So that is 70 kilometers per hour squared equals twice nung ating acceleration, that is 6,000 kilometers per hour squared times s, wherein s is just equal to x sub 2 minus x sub 1. But here, since na initial position natin is 0, so x sub 1 here is just 0. So therefore, x sub 2, so x sub 2 is just equal to 120 kilometers per hour squared, okay, minus 70 kilometers per hour squared. Divide natin both sides by, we have here 2 times 6,000 kilometers per hour squared. So x sub 2 is also in kilometers. Then of course, convert natin to meters. So 1,000 here per 1 kilometer. We have here 19 over 24 kilometers times 1,000. So this gives us x sub 2. Same answer guys, x sub 2 is equal to 791.67. That is in meters. Okay, so either formula guys, either of the two formula, dapat parehas yung makuha nating x sub 2. Okay, so that's the fourth problem. So let's solve another problem guys. This is the last problem for this video. In this last problem guys, we have the position of a particle along a straight line path is defined by s is equal to t cubed minus 6t squared minus 15t plus 7. That is in feet, where t is in seconds. Determine the total distance traveled when t is equal to 10 seconds. What are the particle's average velocity? What is the average speed, the instantaneous acceleration, and the instantaneous velocity at this time? Okay, so we have what is the total distance. So distance, what is the distance at time 10 seconds? What is the average velocity? So average velocity at time 10 seconds din. And what is the speed of the object? What is the instantaneous velocity v? Instantaneous velocity at time 10 seconds. And what is the instantaneous velocity? And what is the instantaneous acceleration at time 10 seconds. So as we recall guys, pag sinabi natin na instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration is the velocity and acceleration at that specific point of time. Wherein average velocity is actually concerned about the interval. So here, from 0 second to 10 seconds. What is the average velocity from time 0 seconds to 10 seconds? So that is the time interval. So that's the difference between the two. Okay, so hanapin natin guys yung instantaneous velocity and instantaneous acceleration because yun yung unang mahanap natin if we actually get the derivative of this equation. Okay, so we have here the equation for distance with respect to time. So that is s equals, so that is t cubed minus 6t squared. Then that is minus 15t plus 7. So we get the first derivative of distance with respect to time. Then substitute time, that is the instantaneous velocity. Okay, so we have here ds over dt, that is 3t squared. Power formula natin guys, we have here minus 6 times 2t. Then we have here minus 15. Okay, that is the first derivative. So this is the velocity instantaneous. Then we can actually get the acceleration instantaneous by differentiating this again. So we have here d squared s dt squared is equal to, so we have here 3 times, we have here 2t. So let's just simplify this instantaneous velocity equation. So we have here 3t squared minus 12t minus 15. So basically, we have here 3t squared. Yeah, differential niya. So 3 times 2t minus 12. Okay, ito guys, constant, derivative niya is 0. So this is the equation for acceleration. Instantaneous. So we have here 6t minus 12. So we can get the instantaneous velocity at time, that is 10 seconds. So let's just substitute time here sa equation natin. So v, since v is equal to 3t squared minus 12t minus 15. Okay, so we have here v equals, so that is 3 times, we have here 10 squared minus 12 times 10 minus 15. Okay, so instantaneous velocity is equal to, this is 165. Okay, since ito guys, naka feet and yung time naka second, so the unit of this is feet per second. So this is the instantaneous velocity at time. At time, this is 10 seconds. So the instantaneous acceleration, let's just substitute t. So a is equal to 6t minus, we have here, that is 12. Okay, so 12. Then what is a at time 10 seconds? Okay, so a is equal to 6 times 10 minus 12. So ang unit ito guys is feet per second squared. So the instantaneous acceleration at time 10 seconds is, we have here 60 minus 12. So that is 48. So that is 48 feet per second squared. So that is the instantaneous acceleration at time 10 seconds. So the next required, tatlo pa guys yung hahanapin natin. What is the total distance traveled when t is equal to 10 seconds? Hanapin natin guys yung total distance ng travel ng object natin. Okay, so the first step in doing that is actually getting the limit or the maximum or minimum position of the object. Okay, so at time 0, what is the position, initial position natin? So what is s at time 0? Okay, from the equation, we have here s is equal to t cubed minus 6t squared minus 15t plus 7. Okay, so what is the initial position? So s is equal to, we have here 0 minus 6 times 0 squared minus 15 times 0. We have here plus 7. So therefore, the initial position of the object is 7 feet. Okay, so i-graph natin siya guys, or i-drawing natin yung figure. Okay, from here, origin natin 0. The initial position from the origin is, we have here 7 feet. Okay, 7. That is 7. Then this is at time 0 seconds. So what is the limit of the movement natin? Okay, so in order to get the limit or the maximum or minimum point of your position, from the concept of maxima and minima, gagamitin ulit natin guys yung differential calculus concepts natin. Okay, i-let lang natin guys yung velocity natin to 0 in order to get the maxima and minima or yung limit ng movement natin. Okay, so if in order to get the distance, kailangan nating mahanap yung limit na yon or yung maxima and minima. Okay, since v, ito yung equation natin for v. V is equal to 3t squared minus 12t minus 15. Okay, so v, since v is equal to, okay, so v is 3t squared minus 12t minus 15. So ilat lang natin yung v or yung ds over dt as 0 to get the boundaries or yung ating maxima and minima, yung limit ng movement natin. Okay, so 0 equals 3t squared minus 12t minus 15. So we get the roots of this quadratic equation. Okay, divide muna natin guys both sides by 3 since common yung 3. So this becomes 0 equals, so divide by 3 both sides. So 3t squared divided by 3, that is t squared. So 12t divided by 3, that is, so minus 4t. And we have here divided by 3, ito, this is minus 5. So let's just get its, okay, halapin natin guys yung roots niya. You can use the quadratic equation or by inspection here, yung roots nito is, so we have the roots as t, we have here minus 5, and we have here t plus 1 equals 0. So therefore, t is equal to 5 seconds. Then we have here another time that is negative 1. Okay, so yung kukunin natin guys, of course, is yung positive time. So what is s at time 5 seconds? Okay, hanapin natin yung position ng object. So s is equal to t cubed minus 6t squared minus 15t plus 7. We have here s equals, so 5 cubed minus 6 times 5 squared minus 15 times 5 plus 7. We have here s equals, that is negative 93 feet. So yung distance here, the limit of the distance here, okay, that is negative 93. This is at time 5 seconds. But we are required to get the distance, okay, yung distance natin at time 10 seconds. Okay, so i-add natin to guys. So 7 here plus 93. Ito, from the left side. So what is s? What is s at time 10 seconds? So we have the equation for s. So s is equal to t cubed minus 6t squared. We have here minus 15t plus 7. Okay, so we have here s equals, so 10 cubed minus 6 times 10 squared minus 15 times 10 plus 7. So what is s at 10 seconds? Since na yung hinarap natin distance guys is from 0 second to 10 seconds. So that is 200. So that is 250. We have here 257. Okay, so at time 10 seconds, so we have here time 0 to 5 seconds. Then yung movement niya is pumunta ng positive because at 10 seconds, the distance is 257. So from here, bumalik siya dun guys sa positive x-axis. Here ng, so lampas yun. We have here, so this is at time, you have here, at time 10 seconds, the distance travel s is 250. Okay, we have here 257. Okay, 257. That is from the origin. So this is 257 feet. Okay. So therefore, we can actually get, okay, we can get the total distance or yung distance travel. So the distance travel d. Okay, d na lang guys yung variable natin. So we have here 7. Okay, that is 7. 7 from the origin. And we have here from this origin to here, that is 93. So plus 93. Then from here, okay, babalik tayo sa origin. Here, that is also 93. So if here, if the distance from this origin is 93 here, then of course the distance from this 93 negative to the origin is also 93. So plus 93 pa rin. Then from this origin to the final position wherein time is 10 seconds, that is plus 257. Then we get the distance traveled by this particle. Okay, so the distance traveled by the object is 450 feet. So this is an answer. So D equals 450 feet. Okay, palitan lang natin guys dun sa ating required yung variable natin. So D yung ginamit ko. Okay, so D at 10. So that is capital letter yung ginamit natin. So let's just change this. Okay, so D at time 10 seconds. The distance traveled. Okay, so i-add natin. Pag distance traveled guys, ina-add lahat ng distance. So that is basically the total distance or the total length that is traveled by the object. Now let's get the average velocity. Okay, average velocity tayo guys. So you have here the average velocity is equal to, you have here the displacement per unit of time. Okay, so yung displacement natin is actually the final position S sub 2 minus the initial position S sub 1 divided by change of time. Okay, so yung time natin of course 10 seconds. So 10 seconds minus 0 since 0 yung initial time natin. So yung final position natin at time 10 seconds, that is, we have here at time 10 seconds, that is 257. We have here 257 minus initial position natin S1. At time 0, the initial position is, we have here 7 feet. Okay, substitute lang natin. So, minus 7 here. So, average velocity is equal to, we have here 250. Ito guys, ang unit ito is feet. Okay, 250 feet divided by 10 seconds. So, this is just equal to 25 feet per second. So, this is V average. So, V average is equal to 25 feet per second. Then, we get the average speed. Okay, so speed natin. So, the difference between these two is that the average speed or the speed is equal to, so average speed is just equal to distance. Okay, distance per unit of time. Okay, so yung distance traveled natin is, a total niya is, the total of that distance is 450 feet. Okay, from this solution. So 450 feet divided by 10 seconds. So we have here 450 feet divided by 10 seconds minus 0 second yung ating initial time. So 450 feet divided by 10 seconds, yung average speed natin, average speed is equal to 45 feet per second. So that's how you solve guys these types of problems. So importante guys pa rin yung ating calculus because it's an application ito guys na topic natin for dynamics in terms of calculus. So you just recall those concepts in calculus, yung mga basic formulas natin. So that's it for today's video guys. I hope that you have learned from this video. Then this topic guys is actually very important in dynamics because this is the foundation of all the topics that we are going to discuss in the future. So if you learn from this video guys, if you think that this video is helpful for you, just click the subscribe button and yung notification bell para ma-notify ka guys sa mga future videos natin. Just like this video. See you guys, stay safe, and thank you for your support on this channel. You can also follow me guys on Facebook, that is facebook.com/engineerprofph. See you guys on my next video. Thank you and God bless.